You can start. I don't care about Twitch.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO 76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done. When you're in need and don't know where to go, pick up the phone and call Mom.
All right, so welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and as always, I've got Miss Heidi with me, Heidi Schlegelpoints. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been kind of a hard week. A hard day, not gonna lie. It's been let's see, I sent out a text message on Monday even though we weren't going live, so I made a mistake that time. Didn't send out a text message today because we thought we were going to go out at noon, and then we had all kinds of computer, camera, sound issues, so we got all that worked out. Now we're live, but I didn't want to send out 2 text messages in 1 week, so hopefully we get some people to join us. They're always waiting for that text message and that link, but that's okay. Maybe we'll get a little bit of time to get through some good content. Anybody that's out there that's listening, watching, you guys want to ask questions, please know that this is interactive. We hope that you guys are watching through YouTube. You've subscribed to our channel. You've given our channel a thumbs up. You have turned on your notifications to know when we do go live. That way, just in case you don't get that reminder text message, you still get a trigger of some sort to let you know that we're here. But we do want to hear from you. We do want you to tell us that you're watching. We do want you to ask us questions. And we're going to try to get through some really good stuff this last show before the holiday weekend. So it should be good. Jennifer jumped on. She said, hello all. Jen, thanks so much for helping run the show. We couldn't have gotten it up and running today without you. And Heidi, how's your day? When we were supposed to jump on at noon, your hair was down. You were ready to go. Now it's up 2 hours later.
Yeah, I don't work well with it down, so you got to catch me when I'm ready, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Hair goes up. I'm in work mode, and sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I showered, I did my hair, I had the makeup going, and it's over.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it was pretty rough to try to get it all up and going. And of course, Mikey's in school and he's the one that set it all up. And last week I did the workshop, so we weren't really on the right settings. We were in studio setting instead of Zoom settings. So then trying to figure it out without help, I deleted the program that we need to run the camera. So we had to reinstall the program. It was quite interesting. So yeah, I mean, at least you got an extra couple hours of work done while you were waiting on us.
Yeah, I needed it. I need several more hours. So
right? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this is our last show before the holiday, and then we will be back after that. So everybody that is watching, that likes to tune into the show, if you're listening over the weekend, we do not go on when there are holidays. So next weekend we will not be on during Labor Day weekend. So in the meantime, if you guys have any questions and you want to reach out, please always feel free to do that. You can reach us just by giving us a call. It's 844-935-3634. You want that infamous text message to let you know when we do go live, and hopefully Debbie doesn't mess up and send it on the wrong day. You just text the word mom to the same number. What's that number, Heidi?
844-935-9694.
Spell it, Heidi, spell it.
We lend for you, LEND and the number 4.
There you go. It's 844-935-3634. One of these days she's going to get it. It's 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. So that is our phone number to call us. That is our phone number to text us. That way you can get your phone app. You can know when we go live and interact during the show with us directly. And if you go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book an appointment right there and get a call back. Last weekend was a little bit rough. I was out of town, so a lot of times those the appointments actually come in, and then I'm making sure that I'm coordinating with the loan officers to call back. So this past weekend, we had a couple of misses on the exact time, and then a call back, with a couple minutes later being late. But you will always get your phone call back, and you will always know that, we are on. So Monday through Saturday or Sunday to Monday, however you want to categorize your week, we are taking calls and taking appointments. All you have to do is go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com and click on that appointment button. If you've got the phone app on your phone, you can do an appointment right through the phone app as well. So, get that appointment going and talk with one of us. We're not gone just because of the holiday. We are working. We just don't have an actual show. So this is kind of catching up with mom time. So how was last week? How was last weekend? What'd you do?
I actually took some time off. I
You
went out of
did.
town.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did. I'm paying for it today.
Yes, you are.
And yesterday, but I did. I took some time off. I went out of town with my mother-in-law. We went to Las Vegas. So that was interesting. Haven't done anything like that in a long time. Little overwhelming. Lot of people. But we did see some fun shows. So
Good.
that was good. My favorite show, we did RuPaul's Drag Race
Ooh.
Brunch.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, doesn't matter what you're into or not, seriously a great show. You got to see it. So much fun. Very interesting. But honestly, the comedy is a blast. It was really just a fun all around show to see.
That's awesome. Well, because you took time off, then I escaped because I'm like, well, if Heidi's not working, nothing's happening. So I'm escaping too. And then while I was escaped, Jen came with me and then Manny came with me. And so pretty much half of the office was out. And it was a little rough, I think, on Carrie. I think Carrie had a pretty rough 3-4 days without us. And but and Larry was a rock star. He hung in there all weekend, and that was good. But we did our normal.
And Tiffany.
Yes,
Tiffany,
and Tiffany
covered for me.
Tiffany covered for you. Yes, she did. So I know that they had a little bit of a rough way to go, but it was a good time. Chief Manny jumps on. He says, can't wait for Vegas in a couple-ish months. Yeah, we're going for Manny's birthday in January. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the winter months are nice to us with the coming out, so
Yes.
Hopefully winter months are nice to us, and we're going to be able to execute on that 21st birthday for him. So that should be exciting. I know you said that it was extremely busy there. I would have thought it would have been kind of quiet and dead. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it was not. It really reminded me of any other time I had been to Vegas, in the previous years. So it was very busy. They had a fight going on. They had concerts going on. So there was just really a typical Vegas weekend, which I wasn't really prepared for. I really thought it would just be a lot slower, a little bit calmer. So I hadn't really prepared my mind for a typical Vegas weekend.
Right? Yeah.
With everything still going on. So Vegas has not slowed down very much. But the good thing is they are still in a mask mandate. So that is very helpful with it being so busy.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think it's very good. That's one of the things too. I mean, everybody's got their opinion, and I'm not trying to make the show political in any way whatsoever. All I can tell you is that, I wear clothes for a living. I follow the directions on the street signs. I park where I'm supposed to. I don't take handicap parking when it's not mine. So if they're asking you to wear the mask, whether you agree with it or not, just wear the mask.
Right.
I wear underwear. I wear, everything I'm supposed to wear so that it's not out there running around. I cover my nose when, I need to blow it. So, just if everybody just wears it, let's just move on and, do the best we can. And
I just thought with so many people walking around, right? I think it's a great thing, especially in a city like that. There's thousands and thousands of people in very small areas.
Right. Absolutely. So. Absolutely. And again, like I said, I don't want to make this a political debate on whether they work, they don't work, whatever.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And and I've heard it both ways, right? I've heard, they don't work, they don't filter anything. It doesn't make any sense to wear it. I've heard that debate. I've heard my sister who's a nurse say, I understand, Deb, but think of it this way. Like if you're wearing a pair of pants and the person sitting next to you is wearing a pair of pants and you pee yourself, the chances of you getting pee on yourself are significantly less than if you were not wearing, any pants and they weren't wearing any pants. It's going to run all over the both of you. So, that
right.
does make sense, right? If we're all masked up, then, it does, no matter what, give you some sort of layer of protection. So I can totally understand that piece. I can understand the piece of people saying it just doesn't really work. But if it's just, if they're asking us to do it, let's just do it. Let's just all move on. Let's not shut down our economy. Let's keep things rolling. Right. Let's keep our shows going. Let's keep our events happening. Let's be able to go to our Dodger games and, football games.
Yeah, the concerts, the fights. Everyone was there to see what they wanted to see. Like I enjoyed the shows. I wanted to go see that. And I got to go see that. So So overall, it was fun. Next time, I think I might want to do a spa weekend.
Yeah. Something a little bit less crowded, a little
Yeah.
quieter. Yeah.
A
Yeah,
little
for sure.
calmer, a little bit more relaxation. But yeah, it was a good time. How was your trip to the lake?
You know what? It was good. It was finally kind of like everything went off without a hitch. I mean, other than my little guy just he gets just so car sick. I just feel so bad for him. We've done everything that we can from, the pediatrician told us give him Benadryl. We've tried, they've got emergency liquid that you give them when they do start feeling sick. And that doesn't work. And we've tried the ear patches that are the all natural ones that you can buy for his age. Those aren't working. So we don't know what to do to get this poor kid in the car through the car ride. So I'm really at the point where I'm like, I just don't even know if I can put him through it again. I'm going to have to find a closer lake to home, or I'm going to have to
Right.
move closer to a lake, I think. But it was fun, right? We did have a good time. We got there. We finally knew what we were doing. We got the boat in the water and, got everything blown up, and all of the life vests were on board. And, it wasn't like one thing got left somewhere, another thing got left somewhere else. It's like we finally got it all together this trip. So it was a good time. It's only taken us 2 summers to get to that point, but we had a blast. We had a good time. We got the wave just right for Manny. We've been trying to figure out how do we get that wave bigger for the surfing. So we've got the wave rolling now, and he's, we got the right amount of lead in the boat, and, all that stuff that they do. So, no, we had an absolute fantastic time, and it was great to have Jen there with me. And, Jen, have you ever been to Havasu before?
No,
No.
never been there. This first time, quite an experience.
Yeah. And you enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah, a little too much.
Uh-huh.
It was fun.
That happens.
Yeah, I could tell you what was really funny. Really funny story was every time that I have the kids in the boat, I'm always really cautious. Obviously, my kids are in the boat; they're my pride and joy. I'm, taking them out, whatever, surfing. I've got Heather's kids in the boat; they're surfing, and I'm just trying to be really careful, right? Because no matter what, they're our babies. And
Right.
so all of a sudden we finally get everybody out of the boat. It's just me and Jen. We're waiting for Manny to go get the truck and the trailer to, for us to take it out of the water. And I looked at her and I said, "You want to see how fast this thing will actually go?" She's like, "Yeah." So I dump all the ballast out of the boat, take it out into the middle of the lake, and just gun it. And we had a couple of waves, and we caught a good amount of air. Definitely good amount of air. Oh, you got to turn it up, Jen. Turn it up so we can hear you.
Yeah, it was quite a bit of air.
So we had a good time. We hit quite a bit of air, and she was like, "Oh," so she's flying in the air, right? And
Right.
And then she goes, "Oh my god, you're totally different without those kids in the boat. Can we do it again?"
Well, you didn't hit too much air because Jen stayed in the boat, so it was
Barely.
okay.
Barely. She was floating. Let's just say she was floating. So it was fun, and it was like a whopping like 30 seconds worth of. One wave, we kind of jumped a little bit. Second wave, we kind of jumped a little bit more. Third wave, we were way in the air. We came down. I turned it off. I'm like, "Wow, that was fun." And then she's like, "Oh my god, I was off the seat." But can we do it again?
That's funny.
And then Manny's like, "Of course, when I'm not in the boat." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, when you're not in the boat."
Right. You're my kid. You do it by
Right?
yourself.
Exactly. So that was our weekend, and but it was a good time. Went off without a hitch, and something that we've struggled with. So it was, other than getting there and getting home, which again, I've got to come up with some sort of solution. Somebody out there listening, I can't be the only one with a kid that gets car sick. Call me, send me an email, questions at Mortgage Mom Radio, please. Debbie at Mortgage Mom Radio. I don't care which email address you use. Somebody let me know what you've done for your children that get car sick that has worked, because I have done what I can so far. He is 5 years old. They've told me I can't get prescription ear patches yet. He's too young. And like I said, the pediatrician said Benadryl. It has stopped working as of this year. So I don't know if it's something that, it only works for so long and they outgrow it. I'm not really sure. But if anybody has any suggestion or advice whatsoever, I am more than happy to hear from you. Please give it to me. I'd love it. We've got to do something to make him feel better, or I'm going to have to move. And I'm not kidding, because I told Shane, I said, "Look, after we go and we do a weekend on the boat, I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm a nicer person. I show up to work happy and ready to work. And even though it's a stressful job, I'm not like ready to bust at the seams. I feel like I'm breathing calmer, right?"
Maybe
So
that's what I need.
I think
I need a boat.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding
I
at
got
all.
a lake right by my house. I need a boat.
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's got to be something to do with the vitamin D in the sun, or you know what I mean. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I mean, right now I'm on medication that doesn't even let me drink, so it's not like I'm out there drinking all weekend to float my things away.
Right.
You know, get rid of my tensions. It's just, I think it's just calm and relaxing, and it's fun, and you're smiling, and you're seeing the kids have a good time, and so that is definitely my real love, my outlet, right? And it always has been. I grew up on the water with my dad, so
Right.
I've got to figure out a way to do this more often. And living in Valencia and driving to Havasu doesn't work. Driving to Mead is the
No.
same thing. All of the lakes around us, Castaic is nice. We've been out there once, but it's really small and the kids can surf. But little guy like like Zeke that doesn't surf, all he really wants to do is blow up the mat and play in the water and cove and relax and swim. And you can't do that at Castaic. So
No.
I'm really I've got to come up with a way to get him there without getting sick, or I've got to come up with a different lake that I need to move closer to. So those are the options. I'm going to start working on that. That's going to be my next goal. We'll see how it works out.
There you go.
I'm thinking Utah, maybe. I'm thinking Utah, somewhere in Utah, because I know they've got Lake Powell not too far. They have tons of lakes there, actually, and it's really pretty. It's really beautiful. The weather is not too cold in the winter and not as hot as like Vegas or where you'd be, Mesa or Phoenix. It's a little bit less heat.
Right.
So I don't know. I've got to come up with something though. I'm telling you, I'm gonna label myself as part of the Great Migration.
There you go.
Just
I
like
figure
Heidi.
it's going to
Yeah.
happen eventually.
Exactly. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to start talking about mortgage, because obviously we just did our catching up with Mom. It was a good time, but we do have to get on to mortgage since this is Mortgage Mom Radio. So we're going to take a quick break, do a quick commercial, and we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back. This is Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux. As always, I've got Miss Heidi Schlegel-Points with me, my co-host, and we are Mortgage Mom Radio. What do? We give you all the education and information that you could possibly need to buy your first home, refinance your property, get your home sold. All things real estate and mortgage is what we do, and it's all about you and your future and your family. It's your family and your future come first, and that is true for us, and that is what it means. We want to make sure that you are getting everything done the right way and understanding what's happening, and you're happy with the process, and you're excited when you close on that brand new house that you've never bought, never owned, first-time buyer. So we are here to give you all of that education and advice. And if you have any questions whatsoever, we do want you to call us. We want you to email us. We want you to contact us, ask us those questions. We want you to interact with us. We are live. We go live on Wednesdays, usually sometime between 12 and 2, sometime between noon and 2 o'clock Pacific time. If you want to be part of the show, you want to be able to call in and ask us your questions, you can do that. If you want to ask us your questions in the live feed on YouTube, you can do that as well. Best way to do that is to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That's 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. If you text the word mom to that number, you will opt in. You will get one text message a week with a link to watch us film live. You will also get a link to our phone app, which is awesome. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And you will be able to interact with us. And again, you can call that same phone number and you can ask us your questions. So if you want to hear your voice on radio on either Saturday or Sunday, then you can actually call during the show and get transferred to me in the studio. And Heidi and I are going to answer those questions for you. So let's talk about the phone app, Heidi, because we haven't done that very often. I did it really quick last week when we did the workshop. But let's talk about that phone app because I think it's pretty cool. So if you were thinking phone app for you, what is your favorite part of the phone app? What's your favorite feature?
Mine's the mortgage calculator.
Yeah.
To be able to figure out what your payments are, no matter what type of loan you're getting. You can, if you have MI, it'll calculate your mortgage insurance, your down payment, figure out how much you have to put down to get to a specific payment amount. So a lot of people are payment sensitive and they need to know if I'm getting, If I want to purchase at 500,000, what do I have to put down to get my payment to 2,000, right? So you can play with all the different amounts. And I think that that's the best way, because a lot of people are shopping around. They want to know, like, okay, well, now if I'm looking at a house that's 525, what's my payment amount? Or what's my down payment need to be? What's my MI going to change to? So I think that's my favorite part of the entire app. I think just that in itself is a great reason to get the app.
Yeah, I like it too. I think that it's great because with FHA, with conventional, the mortgage insurance is always changing monthly. It's not the same. For every loan program, it changes, it's different. And so what I like is that calculator actually ties into the mortgage insurance companies. I believe it's actually connected to Radian, and I have to go back and double check that, so don't hold me to it. But it is connected to an actual one of the mortgage insurance companies to pull rates. So when you are playing with that calculator, it does ask you, what is your credit score? You want to make sure that you're putting that in accurately. What is the purchase price? How much is your down payment? And then what is your credit score? And it's going to actually dial in that mortgage insurance based on what the mortgage insurance companies are using. So it calculates that for you, which is great, because that's one of the hard things. I actually sold real estate before I got into mortgage, and I had one of those, Hewlett Packard calculators, the ones that everybody still carries, the big bricks, and it did the full amortization, the principal and interest, and it did the property taxes, and it did homeowners insurance based on something that a lender told me that I should put in there. It didn't do mortgage insurance, and I didn't even know how to calculate mortgage insurance. I had no clue. And I'm not saying that all real estate agents don't know how to calculate mortgage insurance, but it is an art. It is something that is different. Every single scenario, different credit score, different down payment amount, conventional, FHA, is all going to be different, right? And so what I like is that it's calculating that for the client, so they're getting a much better estimate of what to expect in that monthly payment. And I really like that it's working out the FHA, the upfront mortgage insurance that's getting financed, plus the monthly mortgage insurance that's part of the monthly payment. So it's doing all of that for you as well, to, again, give you a much better idea of what that monthly payment should be. And then I think it's even better with USDA and with VA that it's also calculating the upfront funding fees. So it's financing all of that in as well to make sure that you're getting the correct monthly payment on the correct loan balance. So yeah, I love the calculator. I think it's by far probably the best piece of the phone app. I really like the affordability calculator. So that one's pretty cool too. But again, it's garbage in, garbage out, right? So what are some of the things, Heidi, that you would say about the affordability?
Honestly, it's putting in your accurate information, right? What is your accurate payments? What is your accurate income, right? What do you actually make?
Right.
And that does get a little bit convoluted for people, is to know what you actually make and what your actual debts are.
Right.
So if you are saying, well, I make $100,000 a year, but you're counting a one-time bonus that was $20,000, but that's maybe not going to continue, then you're making $80,000 a year.
Right.
Right.
Sign-on bonuses don't include.
Right. Sign-on bonuses don't include. A retention bonus doesn't include. Stuff that you're not sure if it's going to continue, or your income is based on market, right? And the market's changing. Maybe account for that when you're putting your income in, commission-based or something like that, like real estate, what we're in. It's market-based. So make sure you're careful with how you're doing your income so that you know what you can actually afford, and be a little less aggressive when you're doing that so that you're being careful with what you can afford.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of people don't realize we're using the gross income. We're not using the net. So we're using before your taxes and your insurance come out of your paycheck. So make sure you're putting in your gross income. And then also remember that your monthly payments, things like credit cards and car loans and student loans, even if there's a zero payment, student loans, a lot of times we're still going to have to hit you for some sort of a monthly payment on that debt. So if you're not really sure what to put into that affordability calculator, number one, on that phone app, there's a contact us button, and you can actually send an email. It says ask mom, and ask me a question. It's going to send me an email directly to my questions at Mortgage Mom Radio and ask me, what should I be putting in? I owe $50,000 in student loans and I'm on an income-based repayment plan, or I owe $50,000 in student loans, but they're currently deferred. So I have zero payment, but do I put zero in that calculator? So ask me. And again, that calculator is something that is set up for you to be able to use if you're not quite ready to do that application yet, or maybe you're still a little bit shy or not quite ready to pick up the phone and call us. That is why that's there. It's just to start you off, get you on the right foot, get you an idea. But if you want to ask me questions all day long. I'm more than happy to answer them for you and get you on the right track. When you're looking at the payment calculator, if you're not sure what to put in for insurance, you're not sure what to put in for an interest rate, you're not sure what to put in for your homeowner's insurance, ask us or ask me questions at Mortgage Mom. Ask Mom through the phone app. But ask us or ask me, and I will let you know exactly what to be inputting in there so that you can do it on your own. I mean, how much of us want the tools to be able to do things on our own without having to ask for help, right? It always feels better when you can get instant gratification and you can, you know exactly, okay, this house is going to cost me this. Is this something affordable? Hey, hon, maybe we should really talk about this when it looks good. Maybe we should call that realtor and go see it, right? You can apply for a loan right through that phone app. So if you don't want to open up your computer to get your application started, there's a big apply now button. Do it. You can book your phone consultation with us right through the phone app. Pick a day and a time that works best for you. Doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday. If you don't see a time that works for you, hit the Ask Mom or Contact Us button and let me know when would be a good time for you, and we'll make sure that we get you scheduled with somebody to call you. So that phone app does so much great things that I really think everybody should get it. And we're going to text the word mom to what number, Heidi?
Oh gosh, you're killing me
Just
today.
spell it. Spell it. Spell it.
We lend for you, LEND and the number 4.
That's right. 844. We lend for you, LEND and the number 4. Text the word mom to 844-935-3634. Get that phone app, get it on your phone, get yourself prepared. Real estate agents, you guys should all have them too, or have that application on your phone as well. It will absolutely 100% help you with your clients. You can actually email yourself a copy of that scenario to forward to them. You can share that phone app with your clients as well so they have it on their phones. It is really an amazing tool to have at the tip of your fingers. I love it. I use it all the time. Everybody on the team uses it all the time. You know, it is just so simple and easy, and I can get to a monthly payment to quote somebody faster than I could ever do it inside of our application system or by doing it with a standard calculator. So I think it's pretty neat. I love it. Anything else about that phone app you want to talk about?
No, honestly, I just think you can use it for everything. I mean,
Yeah.
I've used it for my side-by-side. I used it for my car.
Talking about your side-by-side, I remember you calling me and saying that you guys bought it, but then it didn't fit in the trailer.
Still doesn't.
So you guys never got that fixed? Did you buy a different trailer? You guys selling your trailer to get a different? What is the fix? I mean, this is totally off mortgage subject,
Right.
but this is fun.
So we were able to at least borrow my in-laws' open trailer, right? So we can take it out and use it. Obviously, It's a little hot right now, so we're not. So our fix is going to be, we're going to sell our box trailer. We're going to buy a toy hauler.
There you
because
go.
that will be the end all be all. That way, we've gone back and forth, motorhome, travel trailer, toy hauler, and we've basically come to the agreement we're going to get a toy hauler because that will just fix all our wants for now.
Yes.
But we're going to wait until maybe the market shifts a little bit because, everyone with everything going on is still like all in on the traveling. And since we kind of have a fix, we've got all our toys still sitting in the box trailer with our side-by-side in the garage. We've got the closed trailer, the open trailer. Just keep it for now. We'll sell the box trailer, get the toy hauler when the prices are not insane for what people are looking for.
When you're not paying 30% over retail price, MSRP. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's going to be interesting to see how long that it takes for all of this to calm down. I've got to tell you that my family is hooked on Powerade Zeros. And every single store between Lake Havasu and California, Walmart, Albertsons, Ralph's, Vaughn's, all of the ones that were in Havasu did not have Powerade Zero. Like, I don't know what's going on with Powerade Zero. I don't know if it's whoever, I don't even know if it's like a Nestle one. I don't know who makes Powerade Zero. I'm not sure. But it's like you can't find anything. Everything is out of stock everywhere. There was something, Jen, the other day too, that we were looking for that we couldn't find it. It was out of stock. I feel like it's everything on the shelves are out of stock. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, no, I don't remember.
Okay. I'm trying
Well, there's a lot of stuff. I still haven't got my Windows.
Oh, you're still waiting for those, huh?
Still waiting for Windows.
Oh my
I ordered
goodness.
them on what, May, end of May?
Right. And what are they telling you? What is the reason for the backlog?
They just don't have people working on manufacturing, so they're still waiting for them to be made.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I'm paying for them, but
Right?
I don't have them.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's not fun. Well, anybody out there listening, you guys have any questions, give me a call. It's 844-935-3634. You want to get on the calendar, you want to talk to a loan officer, you want to know whether you can refinance, save yourself some money, remove your mortgage insurance, refinance your property, get some cash out, do home improvements, pay for windows that you can't get installed. But in all reality, if you guys want to know what you can or can't do, you have questions you want to ask, get the free advice that we're offering, go to mortgagemomradio.com, click on that appointment button and schedule yourself a phone call back, or give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. Get on the calendar, talk to somebody. You never know. You might get me. I do still take phone calls. Talk to one really wonderful lady today. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel right here on YouTube so you do know when we go live. Please click that notification bell to know when we're there. You want to click that all button. And then please give us a like, give us a thumbs up. This really helps us. It helps us keep bringing you guys valuable information. It's all free for you, and hopefully you guys enjoy the information that we do bring to the table. So again, you guys want to know when we go live, you want to interact, you want to call, you want to ask us questions in the feed, you got to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. Same exact phone number to call us. So it's that easy. 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. So let's take that quick break and we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and of course, I have Heidi Slagle Points with me, my co-host. So anything you want to talk about this week, anything that's been happening? I know you were out, you've been catching up, you've been super crazy busy, but anything you want to talk about, any advice you want to give, things we're running into frequently?
It's just been, I've had a lot of different things come up. Nothing really one streamline, I think. For the most part, I've run into a lot of employment history coming up, making sure that we are truly documenting that. And I really think it starts with our client, right? They fill out a mortgage application, loan application. Please, the loan application asks you for a 2-year history. That actually does mean a total of 24 months. Doesn't mean the last 24 months. Just means 24 total months of employment history and or school history that goes with your employment history. So I'm going to give an example. Today, you are an attorney. You just started working at the law firm. We have to know how you got there, right? You just started, you got your offer letter this month. That's fantastic. What did you do before you started working at the law firm? You went to school. That's great. We have to know what school you went to, how many years you went to that school, and then we have to get your unofficial transcripts. That all makes sense. It's documented. Now I'm going to give you another example that does not make sense. Okay. Today, you got a job offer and you're working at a mechanic shop. Okay. I don't know what you're doing at the mechanic shop, but you're working at the mechanic shop. Got a job offer today. Fantastic. We can see how much you're making. Before that, you worked at the ice cream parlor. Okay. What'd you do before that? Oh, you went to school. Okay, perfect. Give me your transcripts. What'd you go to school for? You went to beauty school. Okay. So we have to connect the dots. How does the beauty school and the ice cream parlor now get you to the mechanic shop? How do we connect those dots in making the employment and the school history make sense for a 2-year employment and or school history?
Hey, maybe that mechanics shop has a barber shop inside.
Right. Are
Right?
you offering, doing hair and stuff
Right?
at the mechanic shop? Are you
You get a
did
nice
you
high
get
and
your-
tight number 1 every time you get your oil changed, or yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but we have to make it make sense.
Right.
Because when you're talking to a loan officer and you're like, yes, I did go to school. Yes, I got my degree. Perfect. But what did you get your degree in?
Right.
Because we have to connect all the dots, and most of the time we can make sure it makes sense and we can put it all together. Or we have to tell you what we need to do in order to make that work and get the amount of employment history to make the loan work. We don't want to get you into contract in a purchase and find out that you were going to beauty school and now you work in a mechanic shop and we can't make those make sense.
Right. You can't get those pieces to
Right.
fit together.
We
Yeah.
can't get those pieces of the puzzle to fit together.
Right.
So when you're filling out the application, please take the time to actually put in all your information. And when you're speaking to the loan officer, give all the information, because not divulging the information doesn't actually make the loan work. It just has us asking pieces a little bit later on in the process that is not going to get you where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a great piece of advice. I'm happy that you brought it up. We have actually seen that come up quite a few times here in the last couple of weeks, because obviously when you go to school, we want to use that as the 2-year employment history. If you didn't have a job previously and you've just got a job offer letter, and you're going into your new field of work, but they do have to somewhat coincide and go together and somehow make sense, even if it is a high and tight with every oil change. That makes sense. Sure, they're going to put a
Great.
barber shop in a garage, right? I think it's actually a brilliant idea. I might throw that out there. Somebody that has a shop.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we do have to make sure that it all fits together and that it makes sense. And if it doesn't, it does not make sense whatsoever that you went to beauty school and now you got a job as a receptionist. So now we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper to try to figure out if we can come to a way to make that work. And the only way for us to even be able to do that, structure it right, and get it into underwriting the right way up front for the best possible chances of approval is if you told us that, hey, yeah, I did go to school, but I went to school for this and now I have a job doing this, but this is why. I went to beauty school for 2 years. My parents paid for it, let me go. I didn't work. Then as soon as I got out of beauty school, I got this awesome job at a law firm where they're giving me the opportunity to pay for me to become a paralegal, and I got a salary. Okay, now we're looking at it. Well, maybe it's an improvement of some sort, right?
Right. I'm bettering my future financial situation. Here's what happened. We can walk down that path and find that right way to submit your loan and make that good argument for why it makes sense.
Right. Right. But if we don't know, it's going to go in wrong and it's going to come out bad. Trust me. So like Heidi said, make sure you divulge all of the information to your loan officer. Give us the information from the beginning. We need that full 2-year employment history. That's very, very important. And please put it in your application. And if you've worked at numerous jobs, know the name of the company, the address, the telephone number, and the dates from and to, right? When did you
Yes.
start and when did you stop? We need to have all of that, and please include it in the loan application, because regardless of whether you do it for us or we're asking you for it, and then you're still sending it to us in an email for us to input, either way, you've got to get us that info. So please know it or look it up and be prepared when you do go to fill out that application. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, I want to talk about bonus income, because that's another thing that we've seen come up quite a bit here recently. Bonuses, guaranteed bonuses, sign-on bonuses, retention bonuses. I do want to talk about that. That seems like it's been a hot topic. So I think let's go to that quick commercial and we'll be right back.
You got 100 happy days. So put a smile on your face. 100 happy days coming your way.
All right, so welcome back. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Debbie Marcoux. That's Heidi Schlegel Points. And we are here bringing you all of the education and information that you could possibly need to try to help you on your journey through mortgage and real estate. So whether you are buying your first home, buying your fifth home, refinancing your property, paying off your debts, renovating your home, whatever it is that you're trying to do, we are here to try to make that a little bit less stressful and get you as much information as we possibly can. Best way for you to get the advice that you need, it is free. Book an appointment. Go to our website, mortgagemomradio.com. Click on that appointment button and schedule it for a time that is good for you. That is the easiest way for you to get on the phone with a loan officer and talk about what you need and how to get there. The other thing you can do is if you don't see a time that works for you, send me an email. You can either on the website, mortgagemomradio.com, you can go to the contact us button and send me a message. That comes to me through email. You can go to questions@mortgagemomradio.com and you can send me an email there as well. Give me a time that works for you and a day. I will find a loan officer that can accommodate. No, I can't do 2 o'clock in the morning. But if it is something reasonable, you work nights, you get off at 7 a.m., we'll get somebody on that phone with you at 7:15 in the morning. If you work late nights and you get off at 9 p.m., I can find somebody that will do a 9:15 call. So just let me know what the best times are for you, and I will do my very best to accommodate. But we want to help you. We want to get you the information that you need. So we want you guys to follow us. We want you to follow along. We want you to interact. We want you to be part of the show. We want you to ask us your questions right in the feed. Best way to know when we are live. And we want you to call. Calling is so much fun. I love it when you guys call in by phone and I get to hear your voice. We get to record you during the live show. You get to see us actually answer your question right there on YouTube. So you can call us as well. Best way to know that we're going live is to opt into the text messages. It is 1 per week. It is 844-935-3634. Text the word mom to what, Heidi? Spell it. 844
LEND and the number 4.
That's right.
We lend for you.
Yes, 844 we lend for you. That's 844-935-3634. Call that number to get on radio. Call that number to schedule an appointment. Text the word mom to that number to get a link when we go live once a week on Wednesdays and interact with us. We want you to ask us your questions. We want you to be part of the show. So very, very fun things, and we'd like you guys to be part of it. Don't forget, we have our store. If you guys want to support us in any way at all, go to mortgagemomradio.com. Click on our store, T-shirts and more. It's at the top of the page, and you can see all of our different apparel. We've got T-shirts. We've got cups. You guys can see my cup here. We've got our Mortgage Mom Radio cup. Look at the camera, always goes opposite way of what you think you're turning it. So if you guys want to support us, we would love that as well. You guys want to support the apparel, you love what we do for you, that would be fantastic. So, all right, so let's get to it. Let's do bonuses really quick. I think we're almost there. We've got like 2 minutes to round out our hour. So one thing I want to talk about is bonus, okay? We cannot use bonus if you do not have a 2-year history of bonus, unless you have a guarantee of bonus. It is very, very hard to get a company to tell us that it is guaranteed. The majority of the time, a bonus is tied to some sort of production or revenue that the company has generated, how good of a year have they had, and your bonus is based on that typically. So when you get hired, they may tell you, well, you're going to get an annual salary of, and we're going to give you between, 5 and 15% annual bonus, right? But they're not going to ever give you a letter that says, we guarantee you that we're going to give you this bonus. Right, Heidi?
It's very rare. My brother-in-law actually has that, but I about fell out of my chair.
Right.
I actually had to ask him, I said, what does this mean?
Right.
He's like, it's guaranteed. I'm all like, how guaranteed? Because we hear that a lot. No, I'm guaranteed a bonus.
Right.
What does that mean?
Right. Exactly.
It just doesn't happen. And normally it's you're guaranteed a bonus if.
Right. Right.
If the company hits this, or the company hits that, or you hit this, or you hit that.
Right. Right. So we do typically need to have a 2-year history of the bonus in order to use it. So keep that in
Yes.
mind. Now, there are some circumstances that would allow us to use bonus income early. So number one, such as it is guaranteed. Every October 1st, you will get a 10% bonus on the amount of your salary.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
No ifs, nothing tied to, if company does, right? No ifs, does, maybe, if, whens, right? A guarantee of X percentage of your salary every October 1 or whatever that date might be. That would be a situation where we can use that bonus. Or if you, let's say that you're in a payroll, right? You're a salesperson at a payroll company and you get paid a commission based on the companies that you set up on payroll. And then you go from one payroll company to a new payroll company and they pay the same way, right? So now we're going to look at the old company and see that you got bonused. And then we're going to look at the new company. Now, you need to have at least received 1 year of bonus. And then we can look at the other company past employment, again, back to that 2 years. And we can see that you are averaging the same industry. Bonus is based on same factors, right? So there are ways to speed up that 2-year history of that bonus, but it is a little bit more complicated and it is a little bit more difficult. So again, just try to keep in mind, if you haven't had bonus for 2 years, best thing we can do is qualify you without it, period. And if we absolutely need it, then we'd better talk and you'd better pick up the phone and give us a call. Talk really quick, Heidi, about sign-on and retention bonuses.
So sign-on bonuses and retention bonuses, they're a one-time bonus. They are a one-time income. I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, we exclude them. It would be very, very rare. And I won't say never because it can happen depending on the industry you're in, but very rare that we would include them in your income. I have had a time or two that we were able to utilize them to average out your income when you're basically a 100% commission-based employee and you're getting that sign-on or that retention bonus based on you have to now ramp up your business and it's very common and we can see that it's trending, right? We can see you've had a history of that and it makes sense based on your normal income production.
Right. Like let's take a loan officer, right? A loan officer is a great situation.
Right. I can take a loan officer. I can see your previous 2-year history. You made $200,000, right? You just got a new job and you got a sign-on bonus that when I average it out, it makes sense that they would offer you that for a period of X. And based on what you would normally produce, I can now add that into your income to come up with your average.
Right. So it is typically going to be that person that is either 100% commission or very close to 50, 60, 70% of their income is coming from commission. They have a history of being in that same line of work. It's very common for that industry to pay that way. And based on their previous production and income level, that bonus is basically to get them through that quick 3-4 month ramp up period that it will then continue to produce that same income on its own, right? Generated. So again, everybody's going to be a little bit different, but typically that sign-on bonus is a one-time thing that is not continuing, that we cannot use in your qualifying income. Same thing with a retention bonus. You're letting your company know, I'm leaving, I'm out of here, I'm going to go take a better job, a better offer. And they say, whoa. We'll match what they're telling you and we'll give you, instead of a sign-on bonus, we'll give you a retention bonus. Okay, that's fantastic. But again, that is a one-time thing that is not going to continue. So we are not going to include that in your average of your monthly income.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we've had that come up quite a few times here recently. Again, I don't know if it has anything to do with the Great Migration and a lot of people moving and getting new jobs and getting offer letters and getting promise bonuses and retention bonuses and no, please don't go. I don't know if that's the situation or why. We've just seen it quite a few times.
I would say it has to do with the economy and people not going back to work and a lot of people not working. There are a lot of sign-on bonuses going out and a lot of retention bonuses due to trying to keep people in the jobs or trying to get people back to the workplace. I see a lot of advertisements where offering these sign-on bonuses. A lot of people that I know that are maybe looking to change companies, even if they're not leaving the state, they are offering a lot of retention bonuses right now to keep people employed.
Yeah. Well, hey. Maybe
Debbie.
we need to, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay, we'll talk on the side. No, anyway. Anyway, well, and you know what? That makes a lot of sense, Heidi. I would have, to be honest with you, I really wasn't putting two and two together why we were kind of running up against this here recently, but that does make sense. There are unfortunately a lot of people that are on unemployment and they might be making more on unemployment than they were before when they were working full time, or maybe they're enjoying the time that they have off with their kids at home, right? While collecting. So that does make sense. I'm sure that there are a lot of industries that are trying to hire and they're short staffed and they need to get people back, and that's a great incentive. I mean, why not? You take a sign-on bonus, you could pay off your credit card, you go on a family vacation, whatever it might be, but it's definitely a good incentive to then go back to the workforce.
Right. We have fast food restaurants out here offering teenagers sign-on bonuses.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Hey, I got to tell you, so even though Mikey does come in and he does help us and, he does set all this stuff up for us, he actually called me yesterday and he says, Mom, would it be okay if I apply for a job? And I said, well, where do you want to apply? And he's like, well, I'm going to apply with Starbucks and I think Wingstop. And I'm like, go for it, man. Go get it. Go get some. Go get some.
Awesome.
I think it's great for him to have that job that's not with mom, where he's actually got to clock in. He's got to talk to a boss. He has to do what the boss says to do.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a great wake-up call. He can't argue with his boss. He can't tell her she's wrong.
I'm telling you, Christopher loves his job. He loves really having a real job and working.
Yeah.
It's made a big difference for him and his attitude, and he loves the paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the greatest thing. Like, look, I got a real paycheck.
Right? Yeah. No, that's awesome. That is so awesome. All right. So how do you guys get a hold of us? You call us. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. So we, WELEND and the number 4. You text the word mom to that number. You guys call us at that number. If you want to hear your voice on radio, you got to call us on Wednesdays when we do the show live. Best way to find out when we're live is to text mom to that number. That way you're going to get your once a week link to actually watch us live, interact, and do the show with us. We will not be on next week. It is going to be our dark week for Labor Day. We hope that you guys all have a fantastic long weekend, nice and relaxing. You enjoy it. You get some vitamin D. You get some smiles on your face. And like me walking in on Tuesday to work this week, I hope you guys feel refreshed and rejuvenated. You got anything left to say, Heidi, here at the end of the show?
No, I hope everyone has a great, holiday weekend. Be safe. I know I'm a little bit early, but we won't be here next week. So enjoy, be safe, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. All right. So let's run one last commercial for him, Jen, and we'll see you guys not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. So don't forget to text mom to 844-935-3634. That way you know when we go live. You can call into the studio or you can ask us your questions right through the feed. We hope you guys have a great one. Bye-bye.
Bye.